Yeah.
And that is exactly how I felt on the afternoon of day 7 after we had gone up and over Kearsarge Pass and finally hit the Onion Valley Trailhead parking lot. So from here, we would either have to hitch a ride or walk an extra 13 miles to get into the town of Independence, pick up our resupply bucket, and find a motel for a much-needed 0 day. And when I say trail angels are the best, it was within minutes of us being resigned to walking those 13 miles into town. A section hiker had pulled over and offered us a ride all the way into the town of Independence. Our amazing trail angel dropped us off right at the post office, and we picked up our first resupply bucket with 0 issues. Meanwhile, I made a quick call to Mount Williamson Motel while praying to the hiking gods for a vacancy, and they had 1 left. And I'm fixing to tell you why this was huge for us, and not an ad, just hiker trash who are grateful beyond words. So stop the tape and we'll start right here. When we checked in, they gave us each a free beer, and they had a laundry service in which they were willing to wash our nasty day 7 clothes, meaning we had worn these same clothes for 7 days straight, and in the meantime, they gave us loaner clothes. As for our room, as long as it had air conditioning, a real bed, and a full bathroom, my God, who cares about anything else? It was luxurious. So first order of business was to take showers, then we would go find something to eat, and then we would come back and dive for the next 20 hours. So taking stock on how our bodies did on those first 7 days, it did pretty well. It's just some minor stuff. I had some blisters on my hands from the sun after using trekking poles every day, some amazing amounts of dirt, and then 1 raw spot on 1 heel. And listen, we were fine. Nothing else matters. Food! We had heard about a taco truck in town that was just like a block away from our motel called the Lemon Food Truck. Write that down. And made a beeline there to order an obscene amount of food. And when we got back to our motel room, our clothes were washed and dried and waiting for us to pick up. It was such a load off. And the very last thing that we just had to do before we hit the trail again was to unload our 5-gallon resupply bucket of 7 days worth of food and supplies and somehow squish all of that Jenga style into our beer can. And then finally, with everything crossed off our list, sleep, blessed, beautiful sleep.